I've been meaning to do this video for a while, for the record. I made a comment in a video a while back about how we all know there are government trolls. And somebody in the comments section said, I know there are government trolls, but can you do a video on that? Can you show the evidence? Because there are people who still don't even, they will call you paranoid if you say government trolls, and they will act like that is not a thing that really exists. When documents have actually been leaked and come out to prove that not only are there government trolls, but they have an extensive training program to train these people in psychological techniques to try and discredit not just people they claim are online terrorist cells or threats to national security, but really anyone who not only would speak out against the government narrative, but who would dare to question the official government mainstream narrative, like we tend to do on this channel. You're not even allowed to ask questions. You will be attacked, and they will use all of these techniques that they've come up with to try and shut you down. And sadly, this is a thing that actually exists. There are people whose job it is to get up in the morning and go do that as a job. Because I guess they think they're being a patriotic American. I don't know. Not really sure how a person gets up every day and looks themselves in the mirror and that is their job. They're a troll. One huge piece of proof came out during the slow drip Snowden leaks, and people have gotten numb to that by now. I think Snowden leaks are still happening now, but it's been so many over such a long period of time. No one even cares anymore. And that was the whole point of slow dripping that out. It's to get everyone accustomed to it, learned helplessness, so that they accept a level of government intrusion and manipulation and trampling on civil liberties that people should not be accepting. But that's why they slow dripped it out, so that people would. It's learned helplessness. It's classic psychological conditioning. I mean, clearly you see how this works when you have the CIA leaks come out of WikiLeaks, letting everyone know that they can exploit through back doors all of the smart tech in your house and use it to spy on you. You're a lot more willing to accept that because the Snowden leaks have been slow dripped out for 3 years now. So you've had a nice seasoning and warming up to accepting the smart grid technocracy takeover that is going on. So here's this PowerPoint that came out in 2014. It was released on The Intercept, of course, Glenn Greenwald doing all the Snowden leak stuff. And it has to do with dirty tricks that were formulated by GCHQ's previously secret Joint Threat Research Intelligence Group, JTRIG, and the NSA, and it was shared with the Five Eyes Alliance, which is the United States, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. And the document itself is entitled The Art of Deception, Training for Online Covert Operations. And they specifically mentioned things in here about the monitoring of YouTube, which should let you know right away why it is that videos like the one I'm talking to you on right now will probably get held back in view counts. A lot of times they will hold the view counts for several days and then they never recover and it doesn't show up in searches, that kind of stuff, because they've been monitoring and screwing with YouTube for a really long time. So here's the PowerPoint presentation. The Art of Deception, Training for a New Generation of Online Covert Operations. I think it's pretty interesting that they put Batman on the slide. Remember before when I said, how do these people do this job? I guess they tell themselves that they're Batman. Human Science Operation Cell with beehive stuff on there. Very hive mind. Reminds me a lot of the logo inside of Mark Zuckerberg's hoodie. Because that's what the internet is, by the way. It's the attempt of a human beehive. Anthropology, sociology, psychology, economics, biology, political science, history, deception, magic, influence, personality, trust. This, by the way, looks a lot like all of the studies that went into cybernetics. Once again, all of that stuff started in the 40s. This has been planned for a really long time, the world that we're living in right now. They want to build cyber magicians, you guys. Yeah. Online covert action accreditation. Magic techniques and experiment. Now check this out. You have online human intelligence, influence and info ops, disruption, and CNA. Now look at this. Behavior and influence, right? Beliefs, personality, remote assessment and digital cues, self, how to apply this, decisions, emotional, not rational, persuasion, conspiracy stories, virtual communities, motives, roles, influence, social identity theory, herding, right? Social networks, group dynamics, propaganda. It's all here. How to apply this, how to mess with people's trust. I mean, this is really messed up. If you think about this, this is really messed up. I don't know how anybody does this. Because at the end of the day, you still have to tell yourself something. And then these little clouds come up. Cyber cultures, morality and ethics. Yeah, morality and ethics. Mental health and psychopathy. Legitimization of violence. They're trying to set people up and screw with people. I mean, that's what this is. Human science learning path. Scams and deception, 2 weeks. Strategic influence, 1 day. This looks like so much fun. More magician stuff. Magicians, the military, and intelligence. They actually mention over here, I noticed, John Mulholland of MK Ultra, who helped come up with the dirty tricks. Once again, more proof. This is all tied together. The world we're living in today and all of the Cold War experimentation that they did. It's all linked. Dissimulation, hide the real. Simulation, show the false. Masking, mimicking, repackaging, dazzling, decoy, inventing. Affecting behavior, the psychological building blocks of deception. See this? Blogging, Facebook, Twitter, it's everything. Your phone, everything. Action management, and it shows somebody blending in. Think about that. Magic tricks, illusions, expectancies. We look where we expect something interesting to happen. We're biased to see, feel, hear, smell, and taste what we strongly expect. Gambits for deception. You know, I think it's kind of insulting, by the way, that in the gambits for deception, they use the crayon outline squares like we're all in kindergarten now with this. Present story fragments, exploit prior beliefs. Repetition creates expectancy. Swap the real for the false. Create psychological stress. Time shift perceived behavior. Channel behavior. Repetition reduces vigilance. See that one? Yeah, that's the Snowden leaks. Just keep dripping it out. You're not going to care anymore. They know it. Okay? Target looks for you. I mean, it's really messed up. And it just goes on and on. The dishonesty principle, the herd principle, the distraction principle, the flattery principle. They got the Coke logo and some cartoons here. People make decisions for emotional reasons, not rational ones. So if they can get you sucked in to their honey trap for emotional reasons, you will not be thinking about things logically at all, and they know it. Whole Foods Buffalo, I don't know. Then they got some UFO stuff here, which I'm sure is totally deceptive, since everything else in this document is about how they're deceiving everyone. This one was really interesting. Mirroring, they're going to get in there and mirror the thing so they can infiltrate groups. Accommodation, mimicry. Question, can I game this? Because that's what this is all based on. It's based on game theory. Which, again, goes back to John von Neumann. It goes back to World War II. It goes back to the United Nations and all of the people they brought over and funded to do all the research into the new world they were building. And we're about to live in it. We're living in it now. They've got this on here, too. Because they want to keep you down here at the bottom, so that you can't even begin to think about this up here. Once again, referring to your brain as a computer, that you're a cog in the wheel. This has to do with programming you. It really does. Disruption Operation Playbook. Infiltration, ruse, false flags, false rescues. See, they're the ones talking about false flags. Identifying and exploiting fracture points. Things that push a group together, things that pull a group apart. And then it shows online covert action, full rollout complete by early 2013, 150 plus JTRIG and ops staff fully trained, and that they're going to mainstream the work, 500 plus analysts. And that was back in early 2013. And now, with drills like Jade Helm, they've got AI doing some of this stuff now. They don't even need an actual person to sit there and troll a lot of the time. sad as that is. So it's literally the Matrix. That's why you have Bank of America coming out now telling people it's the Matrix. Conjuring with information. Because they're magicians. Because they're Batman. So this is the document. And I just want to point out that if there's no validity to the stuff that people in the truly independent alternative media, I'm not talking about the alt-right right now. I'm talking about people who are trying to break you out of your box. People who are trying to show the stuff that they've researched with documentation. I don't come on this channel and go, hey guys, I've seen the white papers. The white papers say all the stuff. I read it. No, if I've seen white papers, you're going to see them too, because I'm going to show them in the video when I talk about it. I'm not going to mention it, and then you have no idea what I'm talking about. You just have to believe that I know what I'm talking about. I'm showing you the documents. I'm talking about people like that. Obviously, if nothing I said had any validity, then there would be no need for trolls. If I didn't have a point, would there need to be any trolls? Why are we so threatening that we have to have our videos censored and our view counts held down? Why are they holding videos back on our channel? If they're right and I'm just some crazy conspiracy theorist tinfoil hatter, then why the need to have to play all these dirty tricks? That's the real question.